My name is DJ Infantry, and I am legally blind. My passion for the outdoors has taken me to some amazing places, and I have done some incredible things, all with one mission in mind: to inspire you to get outdoors. Welcome to Infantry Outdoors. Hello everybody, and welcome to this episode of Infantry Outdoors. Yours truly, your favorite disabled DJ, I'm the Infantry, welcoming you to today's program, and I hope that wherever you are around the world, you're having an amazing day. Today on the program is episode 3 in our 3 steps of how to skin, prepare, and tan a raccoon hide. This will be step 3 of how to tan the hide. If you haven't seen our first step of how to skin a raccoon, I'll put it up here. Or have you checked out episode number 2 on how to clean, flesh, and salt a raccoon? With that said, guys, it brings us up to the tanning. Now, unfortunately, yesterday I filmed up to this point, which I wanted to show you guys of why I have this bucket. So unfortunately, the camera lost the footage, and I'm gonna have to go back and just explain it to you. So what we've done is I've taken our salted, dried, and prepared hide from the end of last episode, and I put it in this bucket of water. In this bucket of water is 2 gallons of water. For every gallon of water, you're going to use 1/2 pound salt. So there's 2 pounds, a little over 2 pounds of salt with 2 gallons of water. I used warm water to dissolve the salt. Once the water temperature cooled down, I added some Dawn dish soap to it and put our dried salted hide in here, made sure it was submerged, and left it for 24 hours. That's where we're at today. So unfortunately, the camera lost that footage, but that's what you're gonna do. You're gonna take your dried and salted hide, you're going to put it in some salt water, which is 1/2 pound of salt for every gallon of water. And I put in a little extra Dawn dish soap just to clean the hide one more time. So the next step in this process is going to be going over to the hose, washing and rinsing this out really well, and getting it ready towards the drying process. Basically, this is our final cleaning of the process. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this 3-part series we put together from start to finish. And then again, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns, please drop them in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you, or you can always write to us at infantry@infantryoutdoors.com. Be sure to stop by our website, infantryoutdoors.com, grab some of our merch, like Tell Your Mom I Want to See Your t-shirt. We got a bunch of different designs, photo galleries, and so much more, but go check it out. So let's get over to the hose, let's get him rinsed out really good, and let's get ready for the next step. All right, we got our hide in our bucket. We'll take our brick off. I always put a brick on him so that I ensure he's underground or underwater. And then you guys can see the hide is brought back to life. It's not hard anymore. It's not like a piece of cardboard like it was. I wish I could have showed you guys in the first video that I lost the footage of, but this guy was stiff like a board from being salted and dried. And if you watch the end of our salting and drying video, you'll see what I mean by the hide was very stiff like a board. We're going to wring out as much as we can get. Okay, and we're going to rinse this hide. So again, like before, to save you the time of wash, rinse, repeat, I'll go ahead and do it. All right, well here he is. I'm going to put him back in the bucket. I'm going to go hang him up to start air drying a little bit. And let's head over and I'll introduce you to the product we're using today to tan this hide. And today I'm talking about the Deer Hunter and Trapper's formula, the orange bottle you've all probably seen online. Well, here it is. This is what we're using. And as I said, on the back of it, all of the directions for use are on this bottle. It really does make it super simple. I mean, really all we're gonna do later is put this in some hot water to heat up the formula to get it to activate and apply it on the hide. I mean, it's super simple. You don't have to worry about messing with the brains. You don't have to worry about egg tanning. You just get yourself this little bottle, and it really doesn't use, I mean, you can see I use maybe an inch worth of, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but there's only a little bit left gone from the first time I used this doing a raccoon. So you'll get several uses out of one bottle, or maybe, you know, one big giant hide. But this is what we're going with today. This is what I'm going with in my 2022-2023 trapping season. So I'll see you back at the table where we get to start this process. All right, everybody, so we're back. Here is our hide after drying in the Florida sun for just a little bit. Now, he is not dry and he is not soaking wet. He is, I guess you could call it moist. I don't know. But you don't want him completely dry. You do want to, you know, be able to move him. You want him pliable. You don't want him sopping wet. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring you guys over here to another camera angle and show you how we're going to apply this fur bearer's secret right here. So we got our coon laid out on our board. Give this a really good shake. Okay guys, so what we're gonna do is just squirt some of this on here and rub it in with our hands really good. Make sure that you cover every inch of real estate on this hide really well. The ears, the head. Do one last wipe down, just make sure you got everything covered nice and shellacked. So I said, this stuff is super simple, super easy to work with. All right, so the next step, according to our bottle, is we're going to fold him in half. So I'm gonna put the tail like that. Tail's kind of tricky. I think we're gonna fold him in, but you wanna go skin side up, skin touching skin. It's usually the best way. And fold him in half. Just like that. Fold the tail in half. Just like that. And there you go, just like that, boys and girls, with the magic miracle of science and products. We leave him sit till tomorrow, and this hide will be tanned. So I'll see you guys back here tomorrow. Well, welcome back, everybody. Here we are. As you can see, I've got our hide still folded in half from yesterday. We put the tanning solution on him, and today we're going to open him up, let the air get to him, and by the end of today or tomorrow, we should be done. All right, let me bring you guys over here and show you what I'm seeing. All right, I want to give you guys the unfold reveal. There we go. And there he is. That's what he looks like after we have taken him and opened him up with the Deer Hunter's solution. Now the next thing I do is I put him back out in the sun. I'll let this finish drying out, and then once it's done, it will be a tanned hide. It will be done, it will be completed. Now there is one other process of this, the breaking process, that we're going to go over a little bit later once this dries out, and you'll see that it'll turn colors. This will all start to turn this color once it dries out a little bit more. So I'll come back to you once this is completely done, this is completely dried, and we will show you that as well as what we do next in the breaking process to soften it up. So stay tuned, stick with us. Thanks so much for watching. So I just wanted to give you guys a little shot of him drying out in the sun, as well as the rest of our little drying processes here. You can already start to see here that it's starting to change color, and it will all change color as it dries out in this really hot Florida sun. But this is pretty much, as you guys can see, that's our hide we're working on here. This is the next one, salting and drying. Let me get out of the shot so you guys can see that. And then over here is a pretty much finished hide that I just have out drying right now. So there's our 3 raccoons. Raccoon number 1, raccoon number 2, raccoon number 3. So, yep, this is how I dry them out. Put them out in the hot sun and just let Mother Nature do its thing. So there you go, 3 raccoons drying in the sun. All right, gang, here's our hide. It is pretty much dry, like hard again almost. The next step in this process that we're gonna do is called breaking the hide. Now, if you've been following this series and you've been watching all of the episodes, I know you're probably thinking, to get to this point, you know what, infantry, that's a lot of work. And I'll be honest with you, it is a lot of work. But a lot of what you're seeing in this is a beginner's perspective on this. Please remember that. And also a legally blind beginner's perspective on this. As you get better at this and as you do this, things will speed up. The skinning won't take as long, the fleshing won't take as long. I've watched videos of guys flesh out a coon in a matter of minutes, where it's taken me pretty much a whole episode. But again, that's the beginner's part of it, is learning, is knowing and getting your tools and things like that. So we've got this guy, he is dried. I'm gonna grab a pair of gloves and we're going to move on to the next part, which is called breaking the hide. Now this is something that we're gonna do a couple times to this guy as he finishes his tanning and drying process. So let me get some gloves on, I'll meet you over here at the beam and you'll see how to do this very simple workout process. All right guys, so here's our hide. Wanted to show it to you how it is. He's back to being kind of hard again, but you can see how he's starting to turn white here. Now, this is called breaking the hide, or at least what I've learned called breaking the hide. There's a lot of ways you can do it. I've seen people use trees. I've seen people use rebar. I got these metal posts that are perfect because there's no rough or surf, anything that's gonna cut this hide when we do this process. And essentially what it is we're going to start stretching the tinsels, the fibers of this hide, and stretching it so that it's not hard, that it stays, you know, supple, movable, whatever word you want to use for it. So what I do, or what I've started doing, is I put them around the pole like this. I put my foot in my knee here. I pull towards me, and I go like this, and I stretch it. And you're gonna hear it as you do it, but don't be afraid, because you're not gonna do anything to this. You're not gonna hurt it. And you can already see here in the camera, it's turning white. It's turning that leathery color. So we're gonna do, you know, every inch of him that we can get on this beam. pull on it and run it back and forth and stretch it. That's why I say this is the workout portion. All right, guys, well, there we have our first stretching. You can see how much whiter he is now than when we started. And next thing we're gonna do is put him back out in the sun and let him dry some more. But that's all you're gonna do. That's all breaking the hide is. It's taking it from hard and rigid. You can also ball it up, squeeze it, crumple it up with your hands. But basically, it's making the hide where it doesn't go back stiff again, where it's pliable. So we'll put him back out in the sun for a little bit, and that's it, guys.
This episode of Infantry Outdoors is sponsored in part by Silver Connections Group, full digital marketing agency. Check them out today at silverconnectionsmobile.com. Water purification products, pure water at your fingertips. Service, installation, fully licensed and bonded. Check them out today at waterpurificationproducts.com. Mayhem Studios. Add mayhem to your media with the best in the biz. Contact them at mayhemstudios@yahoo.com. And by generous donations from viewers like you.
Hey guys, so I figured I'd bring you back and show you our progress. This is what our hide looks like after the second time of stretching it. I came out here once already and stretched him some more, and we're gonna do our final round of stretching, see how he comes out. And you can see how white he becomes as you stretch him. And what that is you are stretching the fibers of the leather and softening it up. When they're all bound together, they're hard. That's why he can stick out like a board. As you see now, he actually falls over on his own, and as we stretch him more, he'll get softer and softer. So I'm going to stretch him one more time. You guys might be also saying, well, Infantry, why are you wearing gloves all of a sudden? Well, from doing this and doing this, I busted one of my knuckles, plus the leather gloves actually helped me get a better grip on them. So let's do this other round of stretching. And then again, you can stretch this as much as you want until you get it as soft as you want. This is getting to a point where I'm really happy with it. I'm very proud of this hide, and I'm very proud of what I've done. Now, I may or may not tan it again in the future, but we'll see how he comes out. But I'm gonna keep stretching him. If you guys have enjoyed this series we put together for you, be sure and give us a thumbs up on the video. It really does help us out with the YouTube algorithm. And as always, hit that subscribe button and become part of the family. Don't forget to ring the notification bell so you're notified every Tuesday for Trapping Tuesdays, every Wednesdays when we upload, and every Fridays when we live stream. And as always, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns, write to us at infantry@infantryoutdoors.com. Let's get to stretching. So let me wrap up before this nasty storm moves in. Thank you guys so much for watching. And if you watched all the parts in this series, you are awesome. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. And I hope that you did learn something from these videos. That was the whole point behind it. But here is our hide. It is tanned. It is stretched. It's going to dry out some more. I may stretch it a little bit more. But there's a nasty storm coming in, so that's where we're going to have to end this. I hope that you guys remember to follow us on Tuesdays for Trapping Tuesdays. Check out our uploads on Wednesdays, and join us every Friday at 10 p.m. Eastern for Friday Night Live on our live stream. With that said, hope you guys have an amazing day wherever you are around the world. And as always, I hope that this and all of my adventures inspires you to get outdoors. Until we meet again, I'm the Infantry saying, have an amazing day, everybody.